I'm almost there. I'm going to need you. Come close. Somebody holler favor. Favor, favor, favor. So that those who in here who do not understand what favor is, let me break it down quickly so that they will have an understanding. Yeah, exactly what favor. From the Hebrew perspective, the Hebrew perspective is this. That when with the Hebrews, when they look at the word, it's more pictorial in its expression. Would you step down right there? What it is that favor means one who's inferior, stooping down, one who's ahead on top, stooping down, to one who's inferior. That means God changes his posture, turns from what he was doing, bends down in your direction, looking at you, getting ready to do something. Somebody holler favor. That's the Hebrew. Sit down. You're going to stand up in a minute. Just hang here. Now, the Greek is about grammatics and words. You know, most of our English language comes from Latin and Greek. So anytime the Greek expresses anything, it's more to do with words and grammar. This is how the Greek translate favor. Favor, from the Greek perspective, is undeserved blessing, unmerited blessing, something you got that you really shouldn't have got, and you don't know why you got it, but somehow he just decided to give it to you. Somebody say favor. I'm going to need you in a minute, so sit on my chair. It's going to help you. Somebody say favor. Okay, so God turning in your direction, giving you something you don't deserve. Look at somebody say, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. So what God says I'm getting ready to do, 1 minute everything was upside down because you were dealing with death. But then God says, because of the wisdom that you now walk in, you cause me to turn in your direction and give you something that you didn't deserve. Somebody holler favor, favor. Favor. Here's the problem, and I'm almost there. Here's the problem. I may have to come back next time and finish this message. But here's the problem. What we have is because we're living in a world where everything is done by qualifications. For you to get a job, you need to be qualified. They don't put someone in the bank to work if they don't know nothing about accountants and don't know nothing about finance. They don't put you in administration if you don't know nothing about admin and you can't type and you don't know nothing about computer. Because by them doing that, it means they have someone in the job doing something they're not qualified for. Now, here's the problem. God said to me, he said, John, I've been trying to give people favor for years. And when I've been giving it to them, they didn't even know they had it. I said, what you mean by that, God? He said, because when I turned in their direction, I looked at them, they looked at me, I looked at them, they looked at me, and they did nothing. I said, God, what you saying? He said, when I give you favor, you should have your shopping list ready of what you want me to do for you. Because when somebody turns to look at you to engage, they're waiting for you to say something. Lord, I feel a shout in here. There's about 50 people going to get something before the night's over. And the Holy Ghost said to me, Bishop Mullins, what the Holy Ghost said to me, he says, we got people who God is getting ready to bless. Have you ever had somebody say to me, what can I do for you? And then you, well, yeah, whatever's on your heart. You just prayed and said, Lord, I need $10,000. And somebody comes and says, how can I help you? What can I do? I feel like I need to bless you. What can I do for you? Well, I don't know. How you feel? And they say, okay, here's $100. You could have got 10,000 if you'd open up your big mouth and start decreeing what you want. So the Holy Ghost said, I'm getting ready to favor people who's got their shopping list ready. I'm getting ready now. Hey. He says, I'm getting ready to bless people. This year, 2030, I'm getting ready to do the impossible. But I've got to make sure that you got your shopping list ready. Does anybody want God to do something in here? All right, sit down. I'm almost there. He said, I'm going to turn. Everybody say turn. He says, the countenance of the king is life, and his favor, watch this, is as the latter rain. But you got to understand that the latter rain comes between March and April. The latter rain is linked to what we call one of the festivals, and it's the festivals of the harvest. In the Greek they call it the Feast of Weeks, which is now known as Pentecost. What God says I'm getting ready to do, give you favor like the latter rain. Why the latter rain? Let me latter rain. Why the latter rain? Let me slow down quickly and I will finish. The latter rain, as I said, it comes between March and April. It is the first rain that comes to stimulate the seed in the ground. Now, this message ain't for those who ain't got no seed. This message ain't for you. But for all of you got a seed. In that season, there's an expectation that the rain would come. Now, here's the problem. We're not agriculture people. The Bible's written from an agriculture perspective, and here's our problem. We're 21st century people who don't understand about farming, because everything we go and find it, in the shops. We go and just go down to, what's your Publix and all of them shops there, and you just pick up what you need. Okay, but a farmer understands if the rain don't come, it's a famine. Everybody say rain. He says, we are looking for the latter rain, which comes in the month of March, April, which is the time of what we call the Feast of Weeks, which is the time of Pentecost. Pentecost. Pentecost is 50 days after Passover. Count 50. Penti means 50. 50. We're going to talk about that 50. So you're in the season right now of 50. 55,000, 50,000, 50 million, 50 billion. See, y'all, you can't shout. You know why? Because you say, I ain't qualified for this. This ain't got nothing about qualifications. I tell you, it's favor. I'm almost there now. I might as well finish. Everybody say Pentecost. He says, I'm getting ready to give you favor like the latter rain. Like the latter rain. Why is rain important? Because if you read the book of Deuteronomy 28, God called the rain his good treasure. He says, I'll open up my good treasure and give you rain